Hey there, so in the car today, just sitting outside the garden center. This is like my favorite thing on the weekend, just to kind of get some me time and spend some time alone and just enjoying some plants and flowers. It's the nicest thing. So I'm actually in the market for a few houseplants. I don't really do a ton with houseplants, but I've been able to keep ferns alive pretty consistently. So I'm going to go in there and see if I can find some ferns just for a few different arrangements and spaces in the house. So we'll see what they have. I'm sure this is, really the beginning of houseplant season. So hopefully they have a lot of good things. So let's go take a look. Isn't this the most spring looking fun little box of plants? So I got all ferns except for this one ivy, which I thought was really pretty. Where's the, let's see. This is a Montgomery green, and it looks like it's just such a pretty kind of upright ivy. I have one area in the house. It's down in the kids' playroom, and I want to put this on our little mantelpiece there. It's very low light, very hard conditions. So I figured if anything can survive, maybe an ivy can. So I did an ivy. And then I picked up a really cute, let's see, isn't this like it says footed fern. Isn't this like the rabbit's foot fern or something? I just love that kind of blue color. So I thought that would be really pretty. And it just has like a very spring-like look to me. Then my good old favorite staghorn fern. I just always do well with these. It's like kind of the only houseplant I can actually have success with. So I thought I would just get another one of those because, beautiful, and yeah, they seem to grow well for me. I did get a maidenhair fern, even though those do kind of terribly. I have a hard time with them. I think they're a little bit more of a tricky fern, but I figured I'd give it a try, and I thought that it looked really pretty next to the staghorn fern. Like that was kind of a nice mix. And then I grabbed this little tiny fern, and this is really cool. It's called I believe it white rabbit foot fern, and it has like these interesting little, I don't even know what that is, furry feet. Just kind of funny. And I liked how it looked a little bit sort of woodland with those little furry feet. It kind of has like that woodland-esque sort of look. So that was kind of pretty. And then the kind of like this new leaf, the new growth has this sort of bronze color. So it's just a little bit more interesting, a little depth. And so I thought that with the maidenhair and the staghorn and this white rabbit foot fern, they kind of made like a little woodland sort of look. That's basically the look that I'm going for in our living room. I brought in the elderberry branches and I'm trying to force those. So those will be a really pretty, hopefully like light green with a really, just beautiful, beautiful little like light green new growth. And then next to these kind of woodland ferns, hopefully that'll be a really pretty look. So I'm going to take them home and I'll show you what they look like in their places. And yeah, just fun. As I said, I'm not a huge houseplant person. If you're looking for houseplant advice, this is probably not the channel. But you've got to do it in January. You've got to get houseplants. So I'm going for ferns. They seem to be the easiest. And I have cats, and most ferns are totally fine for cats. None of these are really going to be in places where the cats spend a lot of time, or some of them they can't even, like the ivy, they can't even get to. But ferns tend to be, always look it up, always research it for yourself and make sure, you're making the right decision for your pet. But you can usually find ferns that are pet friendly. So that's nice. All right, I'm going to get them home. All right, it's the next day, but I just got the houseplants placed in the centerpiece, and I just thought I'd show you really quickly what that centerpiece is looking like, and then we can head out in the garden and just take a look at what's going on out there. But I'm absolutely loving the way this is looking. This has just been so fun. I've got the ferns and the candles, and I just wanted to have like a subtle little woodland. And then we have all of the twigs. These are the elderberry branches that hopefully will start budding. I'm not quite sure. I've been keep looking every day to see if there's been any change, and I'm not quite sure that I see any, but either way, it's pretty and kind of, I don't know, just, yeah, add to like a little tiny bit of indoors. That was the goal, just a little bit of like woods inside. I don't go too crazy with houseplants, but at least we've got a little bit of something going on. So yeah, I thought I would just pop down in the garden and kind of check in on everything out there. It's been rainy, but it's nice and warm, so that has been really nice. I've gotten out a little bit and been able to do a couple things like cleaning the container pond, so that looks a lot better. All right, it's a little while later. I've got my afternoon coffee and the girls. We're out here in the garden. I wanted to show you the container pond is all cleaned up. The rutabagas are still alive. There's so many good things happening in the garden right now, so I thought I would just give you like a quick little update. So I cleaned out the container pond a ton. You can see the fish are swimming around. They hide pretty much whenever I come near. I did take out a lot of the hornwort. That's that the floating seaweed right there. That was kind of getting, I don't know, it was just looking kind of gross and decaying. So I pulled a lot of that out and just left the greenest, healthiest bits. And I did take out the pot that I had in there that had like bog plants growing in it. I'm gonna do some different things, I think, as far as the bog plants go. So for the bog plants for next summer, I'm thinking I might actually do like some pitcher plants or maybe even a Venus flytrap. I think it can be kind of cute and sort of whimsical to have at least one, if not a couple.
Fishies.
I know there's fishies in there.
Okay,
We're not gonna catch those fishies. Those are our pets. I think it'd be kind of whimsical to have like some carnivorous little plants in there. I just think it'd be kind of fun. For right now, during the winter months, I may actually try to grow some watercress in the container pond, because watercress also likes to have really wet, soggy roots. So I'll probably just, I'll film a video if I do. But it's a pretty simple process. You can just do it in a terracotta pot and sink it into some water. So I may do that. And I have to figure out what I want to do in the grow bags, or if I want to do anything in the grow bags around it. They're really helping to hold the greenhouse down, and pretty soon we're gonna have a bunch of seedlings in the greenhouse, and it'll be nice to have just something like weighing the greenhouse down, and then I'll plant into those grow bags in the summer months once the roof comes off the greenhouse. Here are the rutabagas. Excuse the little bug netting. This is actually keeping the squirrels off, but you can see the rutabagas are looking so healthy and happy. They survived the cold weather that we got, absolutely no problem. They are just looking so good. So I'm very encouraged. And then the onions that are growing right in there with them are also looking really, really good. But the onions and the garlic all made it through the cold really well, so that's good. So last thing I'm gonna do this afternoon is just go close up this greenhouse. It's actually only getting to 50 tonight, but I just wanna close it anyways, and just kind of make sure I'm staying in the habit of closing it at night. And anytime it gets above 40 degrees during the day, I open the whole greenhouse and air it out, because otherwise, if there's sun, it will just get so hot. It'll get over 100 degrees Fahrenheit in here, so we don't want that. So I'm just trying to stay in the habit though of closing it at night. The hardest part is trying to remember to close the greenhouse at night, because I don't know, especially with all the babies and everything, it gets busy. But anyways, just a little update on the garden and the houseplants and everything. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.